prioritize your blue sky criteria. And what I mean by this is that you have a dream. Everyone has a dream for their business, for their personal life, and you need to be able to prioritize what it is that you need. You know, what are your true must-haves? Is it location specific? Maybe you need to have a presence in the community. You know, signage is important to you. Maybe it's being close to your employees. Maybe it's about being close to your clients. Maybe if you do a lot of shipping, you want to be on a major thoroughfare like I-35, or close to the airport if you're frequently doing air shipments, you know, to your clients. What are your options? What are things that you would like to have, but you know, at the end of the day, if you didn't get it, you would still be okay? Because unfortunately, we can't get everything for the price that we usually budget for office, retail, or light industrial space. What type of space are you looking for? Is it office? Is it retail? Light industrial? Is it flex space? And of course, what class of space? Office space could have Class A, you know, a very opulent build out with, you know, beautiful lobbies and structured parking, down to Class C, which is essentially no frills, cookie cutter, older buildings that serve the purpose of securing your business, having a place for you and your employees to go work, and for clients to come visit you or customers to come purchase from you. There are, of course, different costs associated with each one of these types of property. Office, retail, industrial, flex. There's a full gamut, full range of prices that you could pay in terms that are expected of you. In office, it's very common for HVAC maintenance and water, etc., to be part of your lease, whereas in a flex or a retail space, you may have to pay for that yourself, which means a service contract on the HVAC system. Could mean that you have to pay a separately metered water bill. Definitely pay your own electric in most retail and light industrial and flex spaces. And of course, you have to be aware of those costs and work that into your budget and make sure that there are no unforeseen expenses. Say in a retail establishment, maybe you have to provide your own dumpster. Maybe you have to provide your own sign. And you have to do that within a specific amount of time. And that gets us to setting your timeline. Be prepared to compromise. It could be that the perfect space for you isn't going to be vacant for another 2 months. Then it might take another 2 months to build out. And then you need space right now, and there's no space for you. So keep that timeline in mind. Here's a timeline. I know you can't see this on the video. But essentially, it could take as much as 45 weeks to actually get through the entire timeline. That's establish of your tenant specifications, a couple of weeks, research the property for a couple of weeks, selection of property for tour, could take you about a week to do that, and then it could take you another 2 weeks to actually schedule and go on 1, 2, 3 different tours to see the different properties. Once you've found the property that's of your liking, you have to evaluate the selection for your RFP. Maybe you want to send that out and say, this is what we're looking for, what do you have? What will you do for us to entice us to come take your space? That can take a couple of weeks. Request for proposals, evaluation of proposals, counter proposals. It goes back and forth several times just in the proposal stage. Once you select the property, then you have to go draft a lease. Normally the landlord's going to draft that lease, and then we're going to review it. We're going to go back and forth on the terminology of the lease. It takes a long time to get through this process, and it can be shortened. We've done deals as quickly as 2 weeks. From the time that a client has contacted us, hired us, we find a space and they move in. They're typically smaller spaces. We've had some that have taken 7 or 8 months, just depending on the type of property we're looking for, whether or not they're prevalent in the market. Do we have to actually build out the space? Do we have to make it what we want? Take a restaurant, for example. That could take you 7 or 8 months to get that off the ground.